So, the audit is done. Your business understands its operational gaps, the use case is approved, and the budget is signed off. Naturally, everyone's rushing to jump right into the build phase, but honestly, right now is exactly when most implementations get into serious trouble. And it's not because your team isn't capable. It's because between the audit and the build, there's a crucial step that businesses skip entirely, and that is the blueprint.
Think about this for a second. Most AI builds start before anyone has drawn the map. We see this consistent pattern where companies just rush straight into the construction phase of an AI project without actually designing the operation first. You wouldn't pour the foundation of a new commercial building without an architectural drawing, right? Yet businesses routinely plug in AI tools, connect APIs, and configure software without any clear design of how this new intelligence will actually behave day to day. Ultimately, the design decides the outcome, not the technology itself.
Now let's be really clear about what we mean here. A blueprint is not a project plan, and it's definitely not a technical architecture document. It is an operating design. What that means in practice is defining exactly how AI will function inside your business before a single tool is configured. What does the AI do at each step? Who actually owns it in operation? If you aren't answering those questions now, well, you're just building toward a moving target.
When you skip this design phase, things usually fail in one of three ways. First, tool selection happens way too early. You sign a vendor contract and then awkwardly try to force that tool to fit your workflow. Second, there's no handoff architecture, which leaves a rather dangerous gap between the AI and your human workforce. And third, you start the build with only informal agreements. Maybe it was just a conversation in a meeting. But when something unexpected happens during development, you've got no actual operating design to refer back to.
I want to focus on that second failure for a moment, because the handoff architecture is easily the most neglected part of the whole process. Everybody focuses heavily on the AI part, but they completely ignore the space between the AI and the human. What happens when a result is uncertain? Who takes over when the AI's confidence is low? If you don't map out this handoff layer in your blueprint, you're going to create a brand new operational gap. And trust me, that gap is much harder to manage than whatever workflow problem you were originally trying to solve.
So, what does good look like? Well, a successful blueprint is a clear operating design. It lays out the success metrics, the operating rules, and the workflow fit. But the most important part, it has to be agreed upon before the build begins, by the exact people who will actually own the AI in operation. The operational owners need to define the rules of the road right now, not the people who are just building the system.
The sequence matters. Step 1 is the audit, where you understand your gaps. Step 2 is the blueprint, where you create the operating design and define the human handoffs. And only then do you move to step 3, the build, which is where configuration actually happens. Omnisenti's blueprint phase defines how AI operates inside the business before anything is built. It defines what it does, what it doesn't do, and exactly how humans stay in control. It's the essential bridge between the audit and the build.
If you don't have that operating design, sure, your development team will still move forward, but every single unclear operational decision just gets pushed downstream, and those decisions compound. A blueprint prevents the most expensive kind of rework, the kind that happens after go live. Rebuilding your workflow 6 months from now because the tool didn't fit the human operation is a massive waste of capital. The blueprint protects you from exactly that scenario.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. If your AI implementation began with a vendor demo and went straight to build, you probably skipped the most important step. Take a pause and look at your current projects. Have you actually defined the workflow fit and the human handoff, or are you just building blindly?
If you're ready to stop guessing and start designing, we can help. To find out what a proper blueprint design looks like for your specific use case, just reply "Blueprint" to start the conversation.